Ah, Herr Delta. You arrive as the little one said you would. Come upstairs to the ticket booth, and I will offer what I know of you.
Hello guys, Pancakes here with my next part of Let's Play Bioshock 2. And before we get into anything, I want to first of all address a question that a lot of people have been asking me, and that is, what is to become of my Bioshock 1 walkthrough? Am I going to continue it? When am I going to put up more parts to it? If I'm going to continue it? And after this radio message, I will get right into that.
Now most who survive are like this. Splicers. They're drug addicts. Vicious animals.
And the answer is yes, I do plan on finishing the walkthrough. And the reason I haven't put up any parts recently is because, one, I've been busy, and two, because I haven't recorded any further into the game. I haven't had time. So, I mean, obviously if I don't have any parts to upload, I can't upload any more parts. But I do expect to have time either this weekend or sometime next week to try to get farther into the game and potentially even finish the game. I don't know yet. I have like maybe 3 or so hours, maybe 4 hours to go in the game. So so I'm not exactly sure when I can get more parts up, but I'm going to try to get it up soon. And like I said, I do plan on finishing that. And of course, after I finish that walkthrough, I will be doing a Silent Hill walkthrough, which leads me into what I'm about to say here. Which I really appreciate that a lot of you guys let me know that actually Silent Hill 1 is available for download at the PlayStation Network store. Fortunately for me, I do have a PS3, so I can take advantage of that. And I honestly could not find that disc. I hadn't played Silent Hill in years, so I thoroughly appreciate you guys letting me know. And maybe, just maybe, we can go forward with the Silent Hill 1 walkthrough after all, which would be very fun. Really looking forward to that walkthrough. I mean, I haven't played that game in a long time. I expect it to be fairly nostalgic. I'm trying not to play it right now because I don't want to just, spoil the feeling. But yeah, it's gonna be good.
I'm told that the people grow tense and isolated in the absence of the sun. Now they clamor for a psychiatrist. Do they miss the state censor, I wonder? Wartime seizure of private assets? Or the checkup police vanishing them in the night? Regardless, this Lamb woman is said to be the foremost practitioner. Fine. If she can quiet the rattling of the great chain's weakest links, I will leave her to it.
I know you. That symbol on your hand marks you a dead man. 10 years, Subject Delta, since I watched you put a gun to your head and pull the trigger. But take heart. Out of your pain, paradise was born. I don't know how you survived, but your suffering is over now. These men will ease your burden. Please understand that like all I have done, this is an act of love. It is Sophia Lamb. She has found you.
So, I guess one thing that might be kind of interesting to go over is sort of my thoughts on this game. I kind of gave sort of like a quick overview of my thoughts before, but I don't think I really ever went into depth as to what I liked and disliked about the game, and some people have asked me if it's worth buying, and so, well, let me go into that. This game is very similar to Bioshock 1. The gameplay mechanics, the general feel, the environments, as you can see, it looks quite similar. All of these things will make somebody who was a big fan of the first game feel right at home, which is something I like because obviously I was a huge fan of the first game, right?
Now you know of the enemy we share, Sophia Lamb. The camera in your helmet allows me to watch through your eyes and help you to fight her.
Now, let's go into the specifics. In terms of gameplay, I think that Bioshock 2 improved upon Bioshock 1 in almost every way. The combat feels a lot smoother. So that, I mean, being able to dual wield plasmids and a weapon at the same time.
Careful, security cameras belong to Lamb. But if you are clever, they can be made to serve you.
And so being able to dual wield plasmids and weapons at the same time allows you to... It just smooths out the combat. I don't really know how to describe it better than that. It just makes it feel better, I guess. In my opinion, I know a lot of people agree. I think combat's one thing that most people agree was improved upon. Hacking, another thing. As you can see, it goes from being a game where you try to, you know, line up the pipes correctly so the water goes through to a sort of a timing-based game. And it might seem kind of easy now, you know, it's like, okay, anybody could hit that. Later on in the game, the needle moves faster, and you'll find that the green and blue sections are smaller, so it actually becomes quite difficult. And I think it makes it so you don't spend too much time hacking, and it still keeps it challenging and interesting.
Me, Eleanor. I know you're awake in there. I can feel it. Mother won't be able to toy with you like that ever again. This plasmid is for you. If I'm right, you can use it now. Please, find me.
And so, what was I? Eleanor, she interrupted me.
Throw objects at foes. You can even catch grenades.
Alright, so it makes it so, like I said, that hacking is interesting, but also it's quicker, more efficient, so you can move on with the game. And I think that's definitely something I appreciate about that. In terms of story, however, I personally feel that the story in Bioshock 1 was better. The Bioshock 1 story was great. For those of you who only know about Bioshock through my walkthrough, you haven't been exposed to it yet. There's going to be a lot of twists, a lot of turns, and a lot of revelations. And the stories are starting to get good in the walkthrough. And this game, the story is still interesting. I mean, it's still engaging. But in my opinion, it just didn't quite have that same, I guess. It didn't feel as memorable or as unique, I guess. But I mean, it's still good. I mean, this is still a very solid game. Still a solid story. It keeps you interested, which is good. Environments. Personally, I like the environments from Bioshock 1 better. Places like Fort Frolic and Medical Pavilion. Yeah, I even thought Farmer's Market and Arcadia had really cool environments. The whole game just felt really cool, I thought. It felt really interesting. It kind of had this blend of sort of this cartoony sort of feel along with a sort of... I don't know, how do you describe Bioshock? I don't even know. But just... the feel was different. In this game, I guess they try to make Rapture look a little bit more run down, a little bit less pristine, because, I mean, this game takes place 10 years after. Obviously, Rapture was already kind of a hellhole. This game, the Rapture that took... what am I trying to say? The Rapture from this time period is obviously going to be a lot worse. But I guess I just like the more clean, pristine... environments of Bioshock 1, but again, that's just my opinion. But all in all, I mean, altogether, this is a very solid game. The multiplayer, I've gone over that already, is fun, it's interesting, and so I enjoy this game. I like it a lot. It was definitely worth the money. I'd recommend it to any Bioshock fan, but you know, those are just kind of my thoughts. And yes, Bioshock 1, definitely worth your money, as is this one. And so, with that said, we're out of time. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later.